Hey there. So yeah, crazy time that we're living in right now. Kind of surreal and unprecedented. That is for sure. Going through this pandemic with all of us at home and trying to figure out how we're going to cope. So, as I've been talking about this, I believe that right now there's three ways for you to get really grounded and anchored into hope and trust. And so I want to share those three ways with you right now. So the first way is by being simply authentic. And I've shared with you a little bit already about the importance of just feeling what you're feeling and really checking in and asking yourself what it is that you're feeling. If you're not sure what you're feeling right now because you've numbed it all out and chose to ignore it or avoid it, I want you to actually check in and sit down with yourself and actually give yourself permission to feel what you're feeling. This is so important to let these feelings and emotions move through you, because if you don't, they get stuck and they lead to ongoing chronic pain and stress and tension in the body and also in the mental and emotional well-being. So very important that you be authentic with how you're feeling right now. When people are asking you what's going on and how you're feeling, be honest with them. You don't need to sugarcoat any of this. The more vulnerable we are as a collective with one another, the more we'll realize that we're all going through this. We're all one. And that's going to spur us into new ways of being, where we're going to be more collaborative. We're going to be more community oriented, even though we can't be in community in person. We're going to be even more community oriented than ever before, I think. And so there's a lot of beautiful gifts that can come out of being real, out of being vulnerable, and being authentic. The second way that you can anchor into trust and hope is to be resilient. And part of being resilient is finding the gift and the growth in everything that's going on around you. So looking for the good in what's happening, being realistic about it, of course, but looking for the good in it, not just sugarcoating it with positivity, but actually looking for, how is this something I can be grateful for right now? What is this teaching me? What core values am I learning? There's a whole bunch of really great things you can gain from this experience. They're going to make us stronger. They're going to make us more resilient, and they're going to help us be who we really want to be. They're going to help us be that brave person that we want to be as we go through all of this, right? So resiliency is key. And the other piece to growth and gratitude, in addition to that, in terms of helping you become more resilient, is really practicing your self-care now. Make sure you've got daily rituals that you're engaging in each day, like going out and being outside in nature every day. Some sort of daily ritual or practice that keeps you grounded in reality, keeps energy moving through you, helps you process your feelings and emotions as you're going through this tumultuous time, and it helps you stay strong and vibrant. We need you right now to have as much energy stores as you possibly can. We want to stoke your immune system and really make sure that you're getting enough rest, you're drinking enough water, you're eating healthy food. All of those habits and rituals are going to be very important right now for your resiliency. So those are ways that you can be resilient. These are things I'm doing right now to be resilient, and they're making a tremendous difference. I can tell you that right now. And then the last thing you can do to really ground yourself and anchor yourself into hope and trust is to just practice being brave. And what I mean by that is, first of all, trusting that you are being supported is so important right now. Even though you can't and may not be able to see how that support's coming in, just trust that everything is going to work itself out. It, Even if you get personally impacted by this, there's something in it for you to learn and to grow from. So be brave and trust that you're being supported in some way, shape, or form, even if you can't see it right now. And also just trust that this is all happening for a reason. And from that place of trust, the only other thing that you can do here to be brave is just to take aligned action that is creative in nature and helps you move to the higher side of your personality. So being brave right now is not about, sitting at home and being in victim mode and bitching and complaining about what the government is or isn't doing. It's about saying, okay, what can I do right here, right now? Aligned action that I can take today to move to the higher side of my personality, to handle this situation from the higher side of my spirit. What can I do to show up as a different person and be a stronger, braver person than I maybe was yesterday? How is all of this helping me evolve? And so the more that you can really take aligned action to move yourself into human spirit. So for example, in my business, I could have crumbled when 4 events and my self-care retreat got canceled over the next month. I could have crumbled. And I did actually give myself permission to feel what I was feeling, but I didn't allow it to take me down the rabbit hole. I actually, after that was done, I figured out what it was that was going to be needed to be creative and creatively come up with a solution to fix what wasn't working. And I have been taking aligned action since then to put that in place. And so that's what I'm saying to you. take aligned action right now to do whatever you need to do to take care of yourself and to move to the higher side of your personality and your spirit during this difficult time. That is the key. So those three things, being authentic, being resilient, and being brave, using all of those various tools that I just mentioned, are great ways for you to anchor yourself into hope and trust. And I have a few events coming up this month as well. I encourage you to check those out. Those are online events, so anyone can join and partake in those, with the exception of a couple of women's events. But these are all ways that will help you become more authentic, resilient, and brave as we move forward into this next month of the pandemic and the social distancing that we're being forced to do. So have a great day, and remember, you guys, to embrace your greatness because you are so worth it. Take care.